Do you sleep for 7 or 8 hours every night, but still wake up feeling tired, foggy, or mentally slow? You check the clock, you got your full night's rest, yet your brain feels like it's wrapped in cotton. You walk into the kitchen and forget why you went there. You sit down to read and can't focus on the words. Your family asks you a simple question, and it takes extra effort to process what they're saying. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And I want you to know that what you're experiencing isn't just getting older. There's a specific scientific reason this happens to so many people over 60. And more importantly, there are simple, natural ways to fix it starting today. I'm going to share something with you that most doctors won't tell you because they're focused on treating symptoms rather than addressing the root cause. The real reason you're waking up tired despite sleeping well has nothing to do with how many hours you spend in bed. It has everything to do with how much oxygen is actually reaching your brain while you sleep and throughout your day. Your brain fog, that persistent mental fatigue, those moments where you feel like you're thinking through mud, they're all signs that your brain isn't getting the oxygen it desperately needs to function at its best. What I'm about to explain will change how you think about your morning routine, your diet, and those simple daily habits that can either starve your brain of oxygen or flood it with the fuel it needs to think clearly, remember better, and feel sharp again. If this already makes sense to you, please like this video so it reaches more seniors who need this information. Let me start by explaining something that might surprise you. Your brain, despite making up only about 2% of your body weight, uses approximately 20% of all the oxygen you breathe. Think about that for a moment. 1/5 of every breath you take is dedicated to keeping your brain functioning properly. Your brain is like a high-performance engine that runs on oxygen, and just like a car engine, when it doesn't get enough fuel, it starts to sputter, slow down, and eventually stall. Here's what happens as we age that most people don't realize. The tiny blood vessels in your brain, called capillaries, naturally become less flexible over time. It's like old garden hoses that become stiff and narrow. When these vessels can't expand and contract as easily, less oxygen-rich blood flows through them. At the same time, many of us develop subtly different breathing patterns as we get older. We tend to breathe more shallowly, especially when we're sleeping. We might develop mild sleep apnea without even knowing it, where our breathing stops and starts throughout the night, dramatically reducing the amount of oxygen reaching our brain during what should be restorative sleep. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is something most doctors overlook. Even if you don't have diagnosed sleep apnea, you might be experiencing what I call shallow sleep breathing. This happens when stress, anxiety, or simply the habit of breathing through your mouth instead of your nose reduces the quality of oxygen exchange in your lungs. Your blood oxygen levels drop just enough to leave your brain running on empty, but not enough to trigger obvious medical alarms. The symptoms of insufficient brain oxygenation are often dismissed as normal aging, but they're not. Mental fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, difficulty concentrating on tasks you used to handle easily, feeling anxious or overwhelmed in the morning even when you have nothing specific to worry about, experiencing mild dizziness when you stand up quickly, having trouble finding words that used to come naturally, and feeling like your thinking is just slower than it used to be. These aren't inevitable parts of getting older. They're signs that your brain is asking for more oxygen. Many people also notice they feel better later in the day than they do in the morning. This happens because as you move around, take deeper breaths, and get your circulation going, more oxygen naturally reaches your brain. But imagine if you could start your day with that clear, sharp feeling instead of waiting for it to kick in hours later. Now you might be thinking, but I sleep 8 hours every night. Shouldn't that be enough? This is one of the biggest misconceptions about rest and brain health. Sleep quantity is not the same as sleep quality, and sleep quality is not the same as brain oxygenation during sleep. You can spend 8 hours in bed, even fall asleep easily and stay asleep, but if your breathing is shallow, if you're sleeping in a stuffy room with poor air circulation, or if your blood circulation slows down too much during the night, your brain can essentially be running on a reduced oxygen supply for those entire 8 hours. Think of it this way. If you left your car running in a garage with the door closed, it would eventually stall from lack of oxygen, even though the engine was getting rest. Your brain during poor quality sleep is similar. It's resting in terms of conscious activity, but it's not getting the oxygen circulation it needs to truly restore itself. This is why some people can sleep for 10 hours and wake up feeling worse than someone who slept for 6 hours but had better air quality and deeper, more oxygenated breathing throughout the night. Your bedroom environment, your sleeping position, whether you breathe through your nose or mouth, and even what you eat before bed all affect how much oxygen your brain receives during those crucial overnight hours. There's another factor that most people over 60 don't consider. Physical inactivity during the day directly impacts brain oxygenation at night. When you live a sedentary lifestyle, your cardiovascular system becomes less efficient at circulating blood. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard during the day, which sounds good, but it actually means that when you lie down at night, your circulation slows down even more dramatically. It's like a river that's already flowing slowly suddenly hitting a dam. The oxygen-rich blood that should be flowing steadily to your brain throughout the night moves sluggishly instead. This is compounded by the fact that many seniors spend most of their day in climate-controlled environments with recycled air. Your body becomes accustomed to lower oxygen levels without you realizing it. Then you lie down in a closed bedroom, often with the windows shut and possibly with heating or air conditioning that further reduces air quality. And your brain spends 8 hours in what amounts to an oxygen-poor environment. But here's the encouraging news. Your brain's need for oxygen also means it responds incredibly quickly when you start giving it what it needs. Unlike some age-related changes that take months to reverse, improvements in brain oxygenation can be felt within days, sometimes within hours. The same brain that feels foggy and slow in the morning can feel sharp and clear by afternoon just from simple changes in breathing, movement, and environment. Let me share with you the most effective natural methods for restoring healthy brain oxygenation, starting with techniques you can use immediately. The first and most powerful tool is conscious breathing. Most people over 60 have developed the habit of shallow chest breathing without realizing it. This type of breathing only uses the top portion of your lungs and delivers significantly less oxygen to your bloodstream than deep diaphragmatic breathing. Here's a simple technique called box breathing that you can start using today. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 4, exhale through your mouth for a count of 4, then hold empty for a count of 4. Repeat this cycle 5 to 10 times. What this does is force your diaphragm to work properly, fully expanding your lungs and maximizing the amount of oxygen that enters your bloodstream with each breath. The key is to do this first thing in the morning, ideally before you even get out of bed. Your brain has been potentially oxygen deprived for 8 hours. Instead of immediately jumping into your day, give it a few minutes to receive a flood of fresh oxygen. Many of my patients tell me this simple practice makes them feel more awake than their first cup of coffee. The second technique involves nasal breathing awareness. Your nose is designed to filter, warm, and humidify air before it reaches your lungs. Mouth breathing, especially during sleep, not only reduces oxygen efficiency, but also dries out your throat and can contribute to snoring and sleep disruption. During the day, make a conscious effort to breathe through your nose. If you catch yourself breathing through your mouth, gently close it and redirect your breath through your nose. For sleep, if you're a chronic mouth breather, you might consider mouth taping. This sounds unusual, but it's a simple technique where you place a small piece of medical tape vertically over your lips before bed. This encourages nasal breathing throughout the night, which can dramatically improve your sleep quality and morning mental clarity. Start with just trying it for short periods while you're awake to get comfortable with the sensation. Movement is the second pillar of brain oxygenation, but I'm not talking about intense exercise. For seniors, gentle movement that gets your circulation going is far more effective than sporadic, intense workouts. The goal is to get your heart pumping efficiently and your blood flowing freely to your brain on a daily basis. Here's what I recommend to my patients. Within 30 minutes of waking up, Spend 10 minutes in gentle movement. This could be stretching in your bedroom, walking around your house, doing light calisthenics, or simply marching in place while taking deep breaths. The key is consistency, not intensity. Your brain benefits more from daily gentle movement than from occasional vigorous exercise. One of the most effective movements for brain oxygenation is what I call morning flow stretches. Raise your arms above your head and stretch toward the ceiling, then gently twist your torso left and right. Roll your shoulders backward and forward. Do gentle neck rolls. These movements help decompress your spine after hours of lying down and encourage blood flow to your upper body and brain. If weather permits, take your movement outside. The combination of gentle physical activity and fresh air is incredibly powerful for brain oxygenation. Even 5 minutes of walking in your yard or on your porch while taking conscious deep breaths can shift your entire day. Environment plays a crucial role that most people completely overlook. The air quality in your immediate environment directly affects how much oxygen is available to your brain. This is especially important in your bedroom and in the spaces where you spend the most time during the day. First, let's talk about your bedroom. Many seniors sleep with windows closed and doors shut, creating a sealed environment where oxygen levels gradually decrease throughout the night, while carbon dioxide levels increase. Even if your room feels comfortable temperature-wise, the air quality may be poor. If possible, crack a window an inch or two, even in winter. The slight increase in fresh air circulation can make a significant difference in how you feel in the morning. If opening windows isn't practical due to weather, noise, or security concerns, consider using an air purifier with a HEPA filter in your bedroom. This won't add oxygen directly, but it will remove particles and pollutants that can interfere with efficient oxygen absorption in your lungs. During the day, make it a habit to step outside for a few minutes every couple of hours. Even if you just stand on your porch or by an open door, breathing fresh outdoor air helps reset your body's oxygen levels. Many of my patients are surprised by how much more alert they feel after just 3 minutes of breathing fresh air. Indoor plants can also help improve air quality, though their effect is subtle. Plants like snake plants, peace lilies, and spider plants are easy to care for and do contribute to better indoor air quality over time. Now let's talk about nutrition and brain oxygenation. What you eat directly affects your blood's ability to carry oxygen and your blood vessels' ability to deliver it efficiently to your brain. Certain foods can enhance circulation and oxygen delivery, while others can impair it. Beets are one of the most powerful foods for brain oxygenation. They contain natural nitrates that your body converts to nitric oxide, a compound that helps relax and dilate blood vessels. This means more oxygen-rich blood can flow to your brain. You can eat beets roasted in salads or drink beet juice. Even a small serving several times a week can make a noticeable difference. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula have a similar effect. They're rich in nitrates and also contain folate and other B vitamins that support healthy blood flow. Try to include a serving of dark leafy greens in your daily diet, whether in a salad, smoothie, or cooked as a side dish. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide omega-3 fatty acids that help keep blood vessels flexible and reduce inflammation that can impair circulation. If you don't eat fish, walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds provide plant-based omega-3s. Green tea deserves special mention because it contains L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes relaxation without drowsiness and can improve focus and mental clarity. The combination of gentle caffeine and L-theanine in green tea provides a sustained, calm alertness that's different from the jittery energy some people get from coffee. Hydration is crucial for brain oxygenation, but it's not just about drinking water. Starting your day with water that includes a squeeze of fresh lemon provides vitamin C and helps stimulate circulation. The slight acidity of lemon water also helps your body absorb oxygen more efficiently. Dark berries like blueberries, blackberries, and cherries contain anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that protect blood vessels and improve circulation. A handful of berries with breakfast or as a snack can contribute to better brain blood flow throughout the day. On the flip side, certain foods can impair brain oxygenation. Highly processed foods, excessive sugar, and trans fats can cause inflammation in blood vessels, making them less efficient at delivering oxygen. Heavy meals can also temporarily redirect blood flow away from your brain toward your digestive system, which is why many people feel mentally sluggish after large meals. Let me give you a practical daily routine that incorporates all these elements into a simple, sustainable practice. I call this the brain oxygen reset, and it takes less than 15 minutes but can transform how you feel throughout the day. The moment you wake up, before you even sit up in bed, do 5 minutes of box breathing. Breathe in for 4 counts through your nose, hold for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 4, hold empty for 4. Repeat this cycle while you're still lying down. This immediately begins oxygenating your brain after the night's potential oxygen deficit. Next, sit up slowly and do gentle movement for 5 minutes. Stretch your arms overhead, roll your shoulders, do gentle neck movements, and if you're able, stand up and do some light stretching or marching in place. The goal is to get your circulation moving and your heart pumping fresh blood to your brain. Then, within the first hour of being awake, drink a large glass of water with fresh lemon juice. This hydrates your body after the night's dehydration and provides vitamin C to support circulation. If possible, drink this water outside or by an open window while taking a few deep breaths of fresh air. For breakfast, include at least one brain-oxygenating food. This could be berries in your oatmeal, spinach in your eggs, or a glass of beet juice. The key is consistency. Your brain benefits from regular daily support rather than occasional large doses. Throughout the day, practice the every 2 hours rule. Every 2 hours, take 5 deep, conscious breaths, and if possible, step outside or by an open window for a minute or two. This prevents the gradual oxygen deficit that builds up when we're sedentary and indoors for long periods. Have you ever tried conscious breathing exercises like the box breathing I just described? Let me know in the comments if you notice a difference in your mental clarity. Before bed, prepare your environment for optimal overnight oxygenation. If possible, crack a window slightly. Make sure your bedroom isn't too warm, as cooler temperatures promote better sleep and breathing. Consider the humidity level. Very dry air can irritate your respiratory system and reduce breathing efficiency. One technique that many of my patients find helpful is what I call gratitude breathing. As you lie in bed preparing to sleep, take 10 slow, deep breaths while thinking of things you're grateful for. This combines the physical benefits of deep breathing with the mental benefits of positive thinking, and it helps shift your nervous system into a relaxed state that promotes better sleep and breathing throughout the night. The results of improving brain oxygenation are often noticeable within the first few days, but they compound over time. In the first week, most people notice they feel more alert in the morning and have better focus during the day. After 2 weeks, many report improved memory and less of that frustrating tip-of-the-tongue phenomenon where you can't quite remember a word or name. After a month of consistent practice, the benefits often extend beyond mental clarity. Many people report better mood stability, less anxiety, improved sleep quality, and even better physical energy throughout the day. This makes sense because every cell in your body benefits from improved oxygenation, not just your brain cells. It's important to understand that brain fog and mental fatigue aren't inevitable parts of aging. They're often signs that your brain needs better support, and oxygen is the most fundamental support you can provide. The techniques I've shared with you today are all natural, safe, and can be started immediately regardless of your current health status. However, if you're experiencing severe or sudden changes in mental clarity, memory, or cognitive function, it's important to consult with your healthcare provider. While poor oxygenation is a common cause of brain fog in seniors, there can be other medical factors that need professional evaluation. The beauty of focusing on brain oxygenation is that it addresses the root cause rather than just masking symptoms. When you give your brain the oxygen it needs, you're not just temporarily improving how you feel, you're supporting the long-term health of your brain tissue and potentially slowing age-related cognitive decline. Many of my patients tell me that the simple act of taking control of their brain health through these natural methods gives them confidence and optimism about aging. Instead of feeling like victims of inevitable decline, they feel empowered to actively support their mental sharpness and clarity. Remember, your brain is remarkably adaptable at any age. The same neuroplasticity that allows you to learn new skills also allows your brain to respond quickly to improved oxygenation. You might be surprised by how much sharper and clearer you can feel with just a few simple changes to your daily routine. Start with just one or two of these techniques rather than trying to implement everything at once. Perhaps begin with the morning breathing exercise and adding one brain-oxygenating food to your daily diet. Once these become natural habits, you can gradually add other elements like improved air circulation and regular movement breaks. The key is consistency rather than perfection. Your brain benefits more from small daily improvements in oxygenation than from sporadic intensive efforts. Think of it as making a series of small deposits in your brain health account rather than trying to make one large payment. As you begin implementing these changes, pay attention to how you feel. Keep a simple journal of your morning mental clarity, your afternoon energy levels, and how well you're sleeping. Many people are amazed to see the connection between their daily habits and their cognitive function when they start tracking it. Also, don't underestimate the power of sharing this information with friends and family members who might be experiencing similar issues. Brain fog and mental fatigue are incredibly common among seniors, but they're also commonly accepted as normal when they don't have to be. By taking steps to improve your own brain oxygenation, you might inspire others to do the same. Subscribe to Vital Core 60 for more natural strategies that protect your brain and body after 60. We focus on evidence-based approaches that address root causes rather than just managing symptoms. If this information has been helpful to you, please consider tapping the Thanks button below. Your support helps us continue creating content that empowers seniors to take control of their health naturally. Remember, the brain fog, mental fatigue, and lack of morning clarity you might be experiencing aren't just part of getting older. They're often signs that your brain needs better oxygenation, and now you have the tools to provide it. Start today with just 5 minutes of conscious breathing and notice how different you feel. Your brain has been waiting for this support, and it's ready to reward you with the clarity and sharpness you deserve.